Hey gang, so this week's project is it's a little bit of a bunch of things combined. First and foremost, we learned how to make shapes. Now we're going to apply those shapes into something real. We're going to be making the U.S. flag, but this project is also about attention to detail. You're going to try to make the flag as perfect as you can. 50 stars, red, white, and blue, 13 stripes. Those stars should look a certain way. Those stripes should be a proper thickness proportionately. Attention to detail is so important for a graphic designer, because if something's wrong, you know, you guys are students, so the cost of getting something wrong isn't that great. You guys are learning right now, but a professional, if their attention to detail isn't as sharp as it should be, that could be a costly mistake. They could lose their job over it. Companies could spend thousands, hundreds of thousands, even millions of dollars fixing costly graphic design mistakes. So it's good for a graphic designer to have an extreme attention to detail. So those are going to be some things that I'm going to be looking for in this project. There is one thing that I do want to show you about alignment and distribution to make your stars a little bit easier. So let me show you.
All right, gang, real quick, I just wanted to show you a couple of things about the stars. You know, I could make, you know, you guys know how to make stars by now. The American flag, as you can see, has a five-sided star. All right, a five-sided star. So I'm going to go ahead and make my five-sided star. All right, one. Right. You'll notice though that this star is a little bit different than this star. As I zoom in on the pixels here, the American flag, the true American flag star, is flat at the top. When I talk about attention to detail, this star isn't flat. The star from the Make the Shapes project is flat though. So hopefully you have that star, so you can go ahead and copy and paste that star. But because I have such a high attention to detail, I am going to create a star that has a flat arm, flat points on top. All right, so 2 inches by 0.75 inches is what I found to be the correct proportions. So you see how that is a little bit different. It's more pointy than this. It's got a this is more this angle is more obtuse than this angle. All right. So when I design, I like to design rather large. I like to design out here. So I'm just going to show you a quick way. When you're copying and pasting, I can Command C and Command V to copy and paste. That's a good idea. All right. I can select multiple at a time, copy and paste. Right. You can get to 50 stars pretty easy. Okay. Another way to copy and paste is to hold Option. So I'm holding Option right now. Option, click, and drag. All right. If I Option, click, and drag, that doesn't copy and paste. That duplicates. And if I went to Object, or where's duplicate? Let's find duplicates so I can show you. Another way of copying and pasting or duplicating an object is by holding Option. I can hold Option. All right, if I hold Option down, I can Option, click, and drag. Now that didn't copy and paste, that duplicated it. And then I can duplicate it again and again and again and again by hitting Command D. Once I duplicate it, all right, it's going to duplicate again where you first duplicated the shape. All right, so you can get those in a good line that way. If I count the stars on the flag, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows of 6, and 1, 2, 3, 4 rows of 5. So if I go 6 rows of 6, all right, to get the spacing right, that's what I wanted to show you guys. All right, I'm going to make this smaller and zoom in. All right, because we're using vector software, the pixels of this flag are going to be a little bit pixelated, but my stars are going to be beautiful. So as we zoom in, all I want to do, I just want to get the size right. All right, because if I get the size wrong, all right, if I get the size wrong, that's going to be kind of screwed up. All right, it's going to make the flag look a little bit weird. Let's make the star a yellow, so I can see it, so I know what I'm designing. I'm not doing white on white. All right. So before, I'm going to Option. I'm going to hold Option, click and drag. All right. Here, and if I hold Shift, it'll stay on that line. You see if I'm trying to go off the line. If I hold Shift, it's going to stay on that line. All right, and I can hit Command D, 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 D. Oh man, but Mr. Zimka, you see attention to detail. You see how this one's right here? Well, this is a great tool that I'm going to show you. Okay, so if I select all of my stars, all right, I'm going to lock my flag by hitting Command 2. If I select all my stars, all right, I'm going to show you something. So check this out. If I were to move this anywhere, all right, and then select all my stars, I can use the tool. Remember this, the align? I can use distribute. I can evenly distribute these objects to the center of each object from the first to the last. So the first to the last, I'll distribute the rest of the objects evenly. So all I gotta do is click here and boom, it distributes them evenly. Because these objects are perfectly symmetrical, I can distribute to the right, the left, all right? We can do the same thing vertically, all right? But I can take this flag, or I can take this one here, move it where it needs to be, or the star, I can move it where it needs to be. And then I can select my 5 or 6 stars, you guys, and then watch them move over ever so slightly, because boom, you see that? So they're perfectly aligned, all right? I can delete these. I don't need these anymore because these stars are perfect, all right? So now the next row, I can take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those stars. Now watch this. If I copy and paste those, all right, I'm gonna just move them down right here. Now, instead of placing them, I can go ahead and select these, group them by going Command G or Object Group, all right? I'm gonna group these, Object Group, all right? Now, essentially, these are 2 groups instead of single shapes. So now the middle of those shapes is right here, and the middle of those shapes is right here. So if these were over here, all I gotta do is boom, align those to the center, and those magically line up perfectly, all right? If we get that correct, all right, I could copy and paste that over and over again, or based on what I just taught you about duplicating, I can duplicate by holding Shift, all right? I'm gonna duplicate there, Command D, D, and for the last one, I'm gonna take that top one, hold Option, click and drag, and put it right there, okay? Because these are grouped, because each of these rows are grouped, I can select all of these and evenly distribute them going this way to the center of their objects. They may move, they may not. Yep, they all move just the tiniest bit, all right? So if I take these off, those look like perfectly even. All right, let's make them white again, all right? I'm pretty sure you guys can handle the squares, all right, and the rectangles, but this was a little bit hard, so I wanted to show you, all right? Happy designing, guys. Attention to detail.